Hello, my beautiful people on LinkedIn, Facebook, YouTube. You guys, this is Robert Murray with InspireNation. Once again, I am here with Thomas Queter. We're going to have a weekly rundown with him, running for District 52 in New York Senate. What an amazing guy. And we have our friend Ken Mattes here today, too. So please, if you guys are in the audience, say hi. Don't be shy. And yeah, so Thomas, what is our weekly agenda? How are we doing this week?
We're doing good, actually. I've gotten into some new endeavors. They're similar to my old endeavors, but in a new way. Um, I'm a disabilities advocate first. I have been for many years. Part of that involves raising money for the needs that aren't met by government systems or whatever's available for those who have disability needs. Now, those of you who follow me remember that I was raising money for Bill Snyder to replace his mobility scooter, which was broken when it was hit by a car. We pulled that off in about 6 weeks. And
Yeah, I heard about.
I'm involved with a new nonprofit called the New York Volunteer Network. It was started by libertarians, but it is not necessarily libertarian in nature, other than the fact that it seeks to do good without taxation. So,
The link is.
so now we have another gentleman, uh, Russel Jordan. Russell's a veteran. He was injured in boot camp and discharged. And as is common, he was discharged in a manner that kept him from receiving disability benefits and the like due to his injury. Over the course of a few decades, he's had 8 knee replacements. 8. I believe
Oh
he was
wow.
the youngest in the '80s to receive one, and he just lost his leg to infection after that last knee replacement. So,
So I have a picture
what
here,
is
but
this all? How does this all come together, and what does this all mean? Um, as a libertarian, I believe in volunteerism, voluntary action, taking direct action to solve the problems instead of relying on a government system that's guaranteed to be wasteful and slow and inadequate. Um,
this
so,
is your friend.
by yes, that is Russell Jordan on the right and myself on the left. As you can see, despite what New York State thinks, I have 2 legs, and Russell, he no longer has both. Russell has trouble getting around his home since the operation. He has trouble taking care of himself and utilizing his home because his home is in disrepair. So we're
Okay.
raising money, and there's a donor box link in the text of this live feed. You can go there and you can donate to fix Russell's home in a way that makes it accessible and allows him to
Yeah.
continue to thrive. But there's more to this. There's a lot more to this. Um, you know, myself and people like Ken came together to help Bill Snyder with his motor scooter. And as it turns out, Russell Jordan is Bill's friend. Um, and now Bill is teaming up with myself and this nonprofit. We're volunteering for the nonprofit to raise the donations to hire the voluntary contractor, a friend of mine who's also a libertarian, to get the work done and make his home something he can utilize again. So volunteer network. It's a network of volunteers. I voluntarily raised money for Bill Snyder. Bill Snyder voluntarily found someone he knows who needs help. And now we're both voluntarily raising money for this cause, and we're doing so under a nonprofit. Now, Ken, you've got interesting attire today. You want to tell us about it?
You're talking, of course, about the taxation is theft patch that
Correct.
you were nice enough to send me in the mail.
Awesome.
So, when libertarians talk about taxation and we consider it theft, or we say taxation is theft, this is a good way to illustrate that example. You pay your taxes, and yet this veteran who's disabled is not getting what he needs in assistance.
Right.
Whereas, now that we're teamed up with a nonprofit, if you donate to this cause, you get an email in return that you can use to write your donation off your taxes. So it's not that you're not paying your taxes, it's that you're choosing where it goes directly. right? So taxation is theft, but donating to Russell Jordan's fundraiser is something you can really do to control where your money goes and ensure it's doing the most possible.
Yes, and please go to the post on this for this live show, and the links are there. If you're on LinkedIn, you also have a link to click for TomFit2.com and the link to donate to Russell, and also the link for the volunteer network. So go to the post, you guys, and click on those links and get involved. Go ahead, Thomas.
So, we're organizing too. We have a few people working on this. We're gathering phone numbers. We're going to be calling all of the supply stores, lumber stores, hardware stores, those kinds of things in the area, and asking them for donation, including corporate headquarters of stores like Lowe's and Home Depot, because they can help it. They can write it off of their taxes. But you know what? As an individual, if you're paying in, you can write it off. And I think that's a really, really, really good way around making sure that the money that you're forced to spend at least goes to something that you support.
Yeah, at least what you're paying is taxed, and you're not getting taxed on it. Good point.
So
go ahead.
And I want to give a shout out to the volunteer network too, the New York volunteer network. Imagine this, right? I'm a volunteer voluntarily, and I made one on a bill by helping him. He was already volunteering, but he decided to volunteer for this. And now we're helping Russell Jordan. Well, Russell Jordan is also a voluntary kind of guy. He spent his life helping people in his community. Even what he does for work includes odd jobs and working for companies who need a hand. He's known to be a good guy. And I'll tell you what, if you help Russell, speak, Tom. If you help Russell Jordan today, you are literally helping Santa Claus. Russell Jordan's the kind of guy that likes to dress up like Santa Claus and go around to where people have less and give the kids a little something to make their day brighter. I mean, how amazing is that? You can help someone in New York, someone in Alaska, and Ken, you're in
Illinois.
We can all help Santa Claus, right? It's better than watching the map on the news. Help Santa Claus today. Donate to Russell.
Really quick. Go ahead. You guys keep going.
I thought you were going to say volunteer today and live with yourself tomorrow. That's one of your favorite quotes, Tom, that I've picked up. And
actually help someone today and live with yourself.
That's what
tomorrow.
It is. Yeah.
And I also tell people to do the thing, do the thing that's in front of you, the thing you can do, the thing you can know that is going to help. And that moves us closer to liberty by just choosing to do what we know we can do that can help. And I'm sure most people watching this can donate $5 to Russell Jordan. I'm sure some people can donate $100. Maybe we're lucky and there's somebody out there who's got $5,000 they can donate, and they can all write it off their taxes.
So it's $5,000 is the total we're trying to raise here?
Actually, the total is $25,000. We need to completely remodel his kitchen. The floor has gone soft, and using a walker and on one leg, that's not safe. His bathroom needs some help. He can no longer use it the way he normally would. His son broke the bank to give him a ramp. He has a ramp, but there's a lot more that needs to be done inside the house.
Yeah, explain what happened if you have time, Tom. What happened to you at a hotel because there wasn't accessibility there for you?
That's another story for another time. We're talking about Russell Jordan. This is about him. You were involved in a lot of what we did for Bill Snyder.
Yeah. Hey, hello, whoever that is. Yeah, totally, absolutely. I just thought maybe I tied in a little bit because being handicapped, you need a little extra things done in your place so you can get around properly. And
Right. So, okay, I can go that angle. So I was over the summer at a 5-star hotel and resort with an ADA accessible bathroom in my room, and it really wasn't accessible to me. People with disabilities have specific needs. It's not always very cookie cutter. Right? The same thing doesn't always work for everybody. And in that instance, that was the instance I was in, and the way that bathroom was set up was not conducive to my safety. But I had to use the bathroom, and I ended up falling and breaking all the ribs on one side. Now, here's the interesting opportunity we have with Russell. This is his home. This is just for him. We can make it exactly as he needs to be comfortable, usable, and in a way that's going to give him lasting independence.
Gabe Leal is amazing. Gabe, if you haven't checked these guys out, Ken Mathis and Thomas Queter, please check them out. Yeah, I'm on my iPhone 6S still, Gabe. Gabe is a live streamer on LinkedIn. He is one of the people that really inspired me to do what I'm doing here. So thank you for showing up, Gabe. He's amazing, you guys.
Hi, Gabe. How you doing?
Yeah, guy. Yeah. So I was hoping Russell Jordan would be able to show up. I know that he doesn't have, a lot of amenities that he needs for at the time for that, and that's totally okay. Tell him, that my heart is there for him, and in time in the future, he wants to show up. Oh,
There's
Tom.
Russell. He just commented.
So Tom, yeah, you can click on Russell, you can click on the link that Thomas sent you, and it sends you right to my studio here, and then I'll just pull you right on up if you want to say hi. Otherwise, you guys, this is Russell Jordan in the comments. Hit him up. Thanks for showing up,
Russell Jordan, people, he's literally Santa Claus. You can help Santa Claus today.
He was telling me, we talked in the Liberty Talk Radio room on Clubhouse for a while, and yeah, you're right. He has such a huge heart, and it's not easy to ask for help, and that's what this is about. Being able to have a platform, a safe place where we can say, hey, these are issues. We are human beings. We're men dealing with it, but you don't have to feel worried for asking for help. So yes, you guys are always welcome on my show. Especially InspireNation is about is helping people, inspiring people to be more kind with each other. Yeah, as we wait for Russell Jordan to show up, you guys can have a conversation about whatever you like. He said you clicked, but it said I needed to have a computer. Well, it's okay, Russell. We will get you some at some future time if you want. You can try to mess around with it some more. Sometimes you have to copy the link and put it in the web browser. You can try that.
It might be easier with an iPhone too. I don't know what kind of phone Russell has.
Yeah, right.
We're talking an awful lot about volunteerism.
Yeah.
And I'm making volunteerism a bigger part of my campaign this cycle. As you know, I ran for Senate in 2020, and I was I scored the highest percentage and the most number of votes as a Libertarian in New York. And I can't walk away. I can't walk away from a voter base of 13,000 people. I'm going to do it again. So, one of the first things we're going to do in the next handful of months here, because it's early yet in the campaign, we're coming up with a document that people can go to the website and download and learn how to take voluntary action in their own communities, how to do the thing that's in front of them. It'll be full of suggestions of things you can do to improve your community, to improve an individual situation. We're likely to have a section on how to crowdfund appropriately for someone. It's a good thing because I believe that we need to be aware of the tools at hand and the ability for us to help ourselves and each other. And I think we're entering a time, particularly in New York, where we're going to need that more. It's going to be harder and harder to depend on the government, and it's going to be more necessary to depend on each other. So when it comes to, it gets called a lot of things: volunteerism, voluntary action, take human action. There's so many different things, but really all it amounts to is just helping someone because you can and want to. That's the thing. It's a choice. You choose to help someone that's in need because you can and you want to. And there is another side of that, right? You brought it up, Robert. You stated it can be so hard to ask for help.
Absolutely.
And it can be. We're all aware of these systems that exist to help people. We're all aware of how expensive they are. And it feels like too much sometimes to go on and then ask for more help that we can't get through those systems. But the reality is we have a right to at least ask. Everybody should ask if they're in need.
Especially on LinkedIn. I bring LinkedIn up a lot. But these people that come on here and commenting, people, my friends, they see, and my Liberty friends too, they see a hole and they want to fill it. And so we can funnel so people can help each other, easily. then I think that it'll make a big impact. And I love doing this media with you, Thomas, because it's getting me out of my comfort. It's getting me comfortable in this zone, and it's getting me introduced to the political movement and libertarian. It's getting me to meet beautiful people like you and Russell Jordan in here, people that are wanting to volunteer their time, which is just as good as money. I mean, I haven't donated a dime, you guys, to the campaign, just letting my audience know that but I donate my time. I do this live show because it's important to me, and I think that we can make a huge impact just showing up and being present with each other. That's what I think.
Yeah,
Absolutely.
that's something that people overlook often. You don't have to have money to get involved in politics. You can donate your time. You can donate your effort. Ken is donating some of his time to my campaign. And I'd like to ask Ken, what's your experience with voluntary action? What do you think about it?
I'm actually wearing my Red Cross donor pin. I've donated about 2 gallons of blood to the Red Cross over the past couple of years. That's kind of where it started. I've been a political activist as a libertarian seriously for about a year, and a lot of that involves volunteerism, in terms of trying to raise awareness for local groups and things like that. So I'm also a volunteer with the Emergency Management Agency here in McHenry County, and I got involved with that because I'm a drone pilot. I fly a drone aircraft, and I figured that would be useful in search and rescue. And so that's the kind of thing about community. Everybody has their own certain skills and things that they can add, things that they are good at, things that they aren't so good at, but they can still help with, on a support level. So it's good to get out there and do these things, not only for other people, but for yourself too. It develops yourself. You feel good about the things that you do, about helping other people, and you develop valuable things that you can put on a resume or just skills that are awesome to have in life.
Yeah, no, absolutely. Ken, you hit on something. I was talking about, how it's necessary for people to learn that they can ask for help when they need it. And you were just discussing about the reward of helping someone, right? And I think it's important that people who need help, people who should be asking, maybe aren't, take the time to recognize that when someone helps someone else, they get something out of it. They get to feel good. They get to feel productive. It makes them feel like a part of the community as much as it makes the recipient.
I wish that people would ask me for help more, frankly.
I'll keep asking you for help.
Totally. I feel it's a human nature to want to, be empathetic towards another person and nurture and do what they can, and having a way that they can do that, it really connects us much more as human beings.
So when we're talking about voluntary action and people being afraid to ask for help, I mean there is an argument for it being a little bit selfish to not ask for help, because other people deserve to feel good. They deserve to have that feeling. Um, I like it because I like the feeling. I help people because it makes me feel good, because it's a thing I can do that's in front of me, and I know it's going to have a positive end result. So I'm not trying to call people selfish, but let's face it. If we're not giving those around us, those who love us in particular, right, our family, our friends, our neighbors, the opportunity to help us, then we're keeping that from them too.
In the end, the love you make is equal to the glove you take.
Right.
Absolutely. I always try to push people to Clubhouse, because we hang out on Clubhouse. If you guys want to talk to us, we're always there talking about the things that matter, domestic and political. So I love it. I always unwind there. So I'm always pushing people. LP Liberty Talk Radio. Check out Ken Matches, Thomas Peter running for Senate in New York. What? I'm in Alaska, you guys, in case you haven't remembered. I'm thousands of miles away from New York, but I'm definitely putting in my time, and love it. So Alaska loves you, Thomas.
And if you're interested in the campaign, you can see the website scrolling across. You can read more about me, my policy positions, and you can find all my social media. Yeah. Russell just said something good. Let's show that.
Okay, where's he? Okay, yes. So that is me. I always like helping and not getting help. Yes, and yes, absolutely. I think that the definition of love. Okay, I'm gonna go a little philosophical here. I believe that the definition of love is the sacrificial giving of oneself for the benefit of another without the thought of return. Who embodied the most of love. Jesus Christ, I'm sorry, he died on the cross for our sins, and he is not guilty of it. He did that out of pure love. So I just think that, yes, Russell, I hope that rung true for you. I love you, buddy, and we're here raising money for you, even though you're not on the screen, you're in our hearts. I know that.
And he said that he likes. He said that he likes to give help and doesn't like asking for it. So he's got a, a bank. I can't put my hands in the right spot. He's got a bank. He's got this much that he's given and this much that he's taken, and we can help equal that out.
No, absolutely, absolutely, and he's the kind of people that we need to help because he's going to help others. He's already proven it. We know that a Russel Jordan that can get around his house, a Russel Jordan that can be a productive member of the community, is a person who's going to help people. So why wouldn't we help that person?
And like you, Thomas, I'm not taking the audience away from Russell, but like you, it's not easy for you to get around. You're traveling back and forth from you had a circuit, you had a thing at the Liberty Freedom Summit last week or whatever, and you showed up. You're there. You're standing up. So love the hell out of you, Russell. You're a friend, and that's what's up. One of these days, I hope somebody's going to help me push me around a little bit.
Yeah, and we're all familiar with the concept of pay it forward, right? We've heard that going around since the movie. But look at Russell Jordan. He's paid it ahead by decades.
It's super effective. Paying it forward.
Right.
I mean, it makes people want to include themselves, and their portion matters so much because they're able to give where they feel somebody was in a desperate situation or somebody needed it. The whole concept behind pay it forward is you have the ability to help this other person easily, and so do it.
If you don't think that Russell deserves the ability to get around his home, if you don't think he deserves to have a floor that's safe to walk on, maybe you will think he deserves to have a life in which he can go on to help others. Maybe he deserves to get the same kind of feeling you can get by giving a donation to his cause right now.
Yeah, absolutely. I'm down for donations. And if you guys can't get a hold of Thomas, or Thomas has got his Tom 2 down there at the bottom. I'll pull up his actual email. So in case you want to email Thomas, you can hit him up right there. And
if there's some reason you're having trouble finding the donation link, send me an email and I will reply with it.
Yeah. And you guys, friendly dudes here. Messenger, I met him on Clubhouse. We're just networking, doing the damn thing. So you got a great message. You got a great Facebook page, Thomas. He says it's campaign page. Hit him up there too.
Speaking of Clubhouse, what's happening this Saturday?
Yes, please tell us.
This Saturday at 7 p.m. on Clubhouse through the campaign club, we are having a fundraiser with the one and only Spike Cohen, the vice presidential candidate for the Libertarian Party in 2020. Not only Spike Cohen, though, but Jack Casey will be there. If you don't know who Jack Casey is, look him up on Amazon. He writes terrible books. You won't like them, but go ahead and buy them anyhow.
Tell him you love Jack Casey.
So Jack Casey has agreed to give away a signed trilogy, all 3 books, to the person who donates the most in the first 90 minutes of this fundraiser.
Oh, wow.
So if you donate the most of my campaign in the first 90 minutes of the Saturday, 7 p.m. Clubhouse fundraiser with Spike Cohen, you will receive a signed trilogy by Jack Casey. I don't know the trilogy's name. I don't know what the books are about. I hear they're garbage, but you should read them anyhow.
Oh, I haven't read them, sorry. But I would read them if they're funny. Or if they can give me some dirt, on them. He seems like a fun guy, but he gets a lot of crap on Clubhouse because of his friends, So,
let's put Russell's next comment up.
Oh, where are we at here? Let me get back to that spot. You gotta pardon me, guys.
Just put another one after that.
Sorry about that. Aha, that one?
So this is the kind of man Russell is, right? He always tries to stay ahead and refuses help, and he's slowly understanding how others feel that have received help, and he's starting to receive help himself. I've watched Russell go through this, and I counsel as part of this process, and you're trying to convince people that they deserve the help they need, they deserve to have what it takes to be comfortable and pursue their own happiness. And in Russell's case, that happiness is having the ability in life to help others. Now, that's
We're all
excellent understanding the game, right? No offense, Russell, but you're learning that it feels good to be helped because people feel good for helping you, and
right.
they know who you are, and they know what kind of person you are, and they know that you will go on and help others as well. Uh, he's constantly helping people.
Yeah, I want to help people any way I can. I mean, sitting here right now, my heart's full. I'm just so smiling, and just from year to year, I don't have my teeth, but who cares, right? You guys can't even notice because I'm just so in love, y'all. Let me pull up. Oh, Bill Snyder here. Hello, hello, and hi, Bill
Hey, Bill.
Snyder. What's up, Bill?
Yep.
We're just hanging out, bullshit, talking about you. Yeah.
Bill was the start of this snowball. Um, so
Oh man.
I went down to Pennsylvania. I did not bring my fiddle. I met a candidate for Congress out of Pennsylvania who knew Bill. So Bill Snyder and Russell Jordan are two peas in a pod. They both like to help each other. You know what Bill did? If Bill packed a 72 passenger bus full of donations of food.
Whoa, repeat that because we broke out. Say that again, Thomas.
Bill Snyder on his own, manning a bus 7 days a week, 9 to 5. He was able to fill that bus with donations for the hungry, to stop child
Holy,
hunger in his community. Right
we're
now,
talking
Bill
Bill
Snyder
Snyder.
is also Bill Snyder is also disabled. I don't know what he means by that.
You guys raised, we all raised money for Bill Snyder a couple of weeks
Yes, we
ago, and
did.
it was successful.
Yeah.
Bill,
And so
hi.
Bill's a person who helps. Russell's a person who helps. And look, we're helping people who help, because we need our people who help. And let's keep doing that. Let's keep this volunteerism going, and let's grow this New York
Yeah,
volunteer network.
it's fun. Shoot, I can, me, I can go all night. I'm in Alaska, so it's getting dark already here, but it's actually an hour before Pacific time. So it's 8:30, 9:30, 9 o'clock your time right now, something like that. What time is it there?
So
8:30?
I'm just about at my time limit for tonight, but I want to point one thing out. Through this process, Bill, Russell, the New York Volunteer Network, myself, disabled people are helping disabled people better, faster, and with a better outcome than the government is.
Yes.
Disabled people are outperforming government. Think about that. Think
I
about
see
that.
it personally. I can be a testimony to that too. I can definitely tell you guys some stories in the back channel. Wait, not in the back channel because we're not on Clubhouse. Amen. Says Russell.
Yeah, Russell
Love
has
you,
some
Russell. Wish you're
experience with
here.
the incompetence of government, from being discharged in a way that didn't allow him to receive the benefits he should have for his injury, to not qualifying for assistance when he needs assistance. It's an interesting thing about welfare. You can have too much and still be in too great a need. You can have too
Right.
much to help when you greatly need help, and at the same time,
Yes.
you greatly need help and not get help.
Yeah, I think I've also noticed maybe because I've been I have had government assistance for a while, and just basic weatherization and stuff like that, food stamps, and it's easy to get addicted to that. It's easy to get used to it, and when it doesn't come, you're stuck in a position where you have all of a sudden bills you really so I totally get you on that.
But and there's a gap, right? They call it a welfare trap for a reason. It's hard to get away from. I mean, I we'll talk about my own situation later. We'll talk about that in another episode. But they do make it
A
so that it's
lot.
a bad choice. It's a bad choice to leave welfare. If it's a bad choice, people aren't going to make it. I mean, do
Right.
you make bad investments? I mean, if I called you up and I told you about this stock that's going to greatly, greatly go down in value tomorrow and ask you to buy it, would you?
Maybe when it went down, but no, I wouldn't. I
Right.
don't talk information
But you
from
wouldn't
any.
buy it today if you know it's going down tomorrow.
No, definitely not. Definitely not.
Yeah, and the sad fact of welfare is, as much as some people absolutely need it, and we can't cut it off, its current state is such that it is a bad investment. It does not give the return for what it takes, and those are the changes we need to make as far as that is
Yeah.
concerned. But really, we can make those changes ourselves. We don't need. I hate to say this, we don't need to elect Tom Queter. We don't need to pass legislation. We need to do the thing. We need to help those who need help. That's Yeah. Russell's got a good point. You see, you're in Alaska and we're in New York, and it's different from there to here. Russell's weatherization program here in New York, they did a garbage job. That's about the government picking the contractors. If you can put his comment up there, you'll see. Yeah, see. Um, Pretty much anything that's a government contract here in New York is done shoddy.
Okay, talking about the weatherization. Yeah, okay, thanks, Russell, for being patient with me. I got this little iPhone 6, so I can hardly read it like this. But yeah, so right, so the government will send me like $1,800 worth of weatherization. It's hard to talk about that kind of stuff because without linking it personally, and I'm a pretty open person, but it's like we should probably have a time where we can discuss that more, Thomas, because that's an important thing for your campaign, I think. And,
Yeah, I mean,
but
if
more times when we see
efficiency is what you go, I go, you go, I go. Efficiency is what libertarians are all about, right? I mean, we would not have such a problem with welfare if it were efficient. We would not have such a problem with welfare if it actually delivered what it promised. We would not have such a problem with welfare if it didn't also restrict the rights of the recipients.
Ken is working right now, aren't you, Ken? Are you working right now? Not to change the subject too much. Yeah, he's working. But
I'm doing a check-in thing for emergency management. I got to wait for them to call my number and then call it back on the radio, and that's it.
that's
I'm gonna turn my mic off while I'm going through that.
Oh, I wanted the inside scoop.
Cool. So
yeah,
we're throwing here. We can close out whenever you'd like to, Thomas. We just want to make sure that we have our update with our best friend here. And you guys, we're raising money for Russel Jordan. So my time is I got time. So whenever you guys want to do your thing, I mean, I love y'all.
Well, Robert, I want to thank you again for having me and my friend Ken here, who is an excellent volunteer. And and just one last thing, people remember, sharing is caring, and we lead by example. And when we help people, we create people who help people. And the more we can do that, the better off we'll be. So if you can click that link right now, and if you can donate $5 or $50 or $500, you can make a difference. You can be the change. You can be the power, and you can be the solution.
314.
Thank you guys for coming.
Thank you for having me. And Bill, I saw the comments. Sorry, I was sorry Bill was late. You can watch this. This will be up on YouTube, right, or on Facebook?
Oh yeah.
Yep.
So it'll be on LinkedIn and YouTube. So go ahead, do the rundown, Thomas. I'll let you do the rundown here. I'll look at these comments. I gotta read them.
Well, it'll be on Robert's LinkedIn page, it'll be on my Facebook page, and it'll be on my YouTube page, and all of which you can start from the beginning and rewatch if you like.
Yes, absolutely. And we go every Monday, 8 p.m. Eastern time. All right, you guys. Have a good night. And Jay, think about Thanksgiving.
And because Ken brought it up earlier, help someone today and live with yourself tomorrow. You never know who it is that you're going to help that's going to be able to help you later down the road.
I agree. On that note, InspireNation, we're out, guys. And we can hang out a second. Oh, great. I can't hit the end button.